Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, and today we will discuss our first HTML tutorial. We are embarking on a journey to learn HTML from absolute level 1, the very basics, and progressing all the way to an advanced pro level. This tutorial is designed specifically for students with zero knowledge about coding, programming, or web development. We have structured this tutorial into 4 distinct levels. After completing all 4, you will have a strong professional foundation in HTML. All you need really is a laptop and your curiosity. I'm super excited to guide you through this. Let me know what you think by dropping a comment below. If there is anything specific you would like me to cover in future videos, please feel free to tell me down there. It also helps me understand which parts you are finding more useful. So without further ado, let's get started with our new HTML course. As I already told you, in this tutorial we will cover 4 comprehensive levels of HTML knowledge. So level 1 is we will focus on the absolute basics, that is understanding what HTML is, the tools that we will need, and the fundamental structure of HTML document. Level 2 will dive into the essential tags and elements that you will use almost in every web page you will create. Level 3 will explore layout and structure, including semantic HTML that gives meaning to your content. And finally, level 4 will cover pro-level elements, including tables, forms, and media that allow for rich data and interaction. By the end of this tutorial, you will have the skills to create professional, well-structured web pages. So let's begin with level 1. Whenever we need to write code, we need a tool to write in, much like how we need a notebook to write notes. This tool is called a code editor. For this course, we will be using a very popular and very powerful code editor that is freely available. The first thing that we need to understand about website is that they are built using 3 core technologies. Think of it like building a house. First, we have HTML. HTML is the structure. It is the blueprint that decides where the walls go, like where the rooms are and what goes there in each room. It defines the layout, where the headings, paragraphs, images, and buttons should be placed. Then second we have CSS. If the HTML is the structure, CSS is the paint, the wallpaper, and the interior design. It controls the styling, that is the colors, fonts, sizes, and the overall visual appearance of your web page. Okay. Then third we have JavaScript. This is basically like adding functionality. For example, once the house is built and painted, JavaScript is the wiring that makes the lights turn on when you flip a switch. It makes your website interactive and dynamic. To see HTML in action on any website, you can simply right click on a page and select View Page Source. This will show you the underlying HTML code that creates the page you see. Now let's create our first file. We will create a file named index.html. This is a special name that servers often recognize as the default home page for a website. Now in our code editor, we can get a head start by using a fantastic feature that provides us with a boilerplate code, a standard template that contains the essential structure of a HTML document. With just a simple shortcut, we can generate this code, saving us from typing everything from scratch. Let's break down this boilerplate code. The first declaration that you see, doctype HTML, it is a declaration that tells the browser that we are using HTML5. Then the HTML is the root element that wraps the content into the entire page. Head is the section which will say that it contains meta information about the document. It is like the title and character set. Things in the head are not displayed on the main web page. Okay. Then comes body. This is where we put all the content that we want to be visible on our web page, like headings, paragraphs, images, and whatever. Let's write something simple in the body like hello world. We'll save the file, open it in the web browser. To make our lives easier, we can use an extension for our code editor that automatically refreshes the web page every time we save our code. Now let us talk about the HTML tags. Tags are like containers. For example, if we want a paragraph, we use the P tag. We have an opening tag P, the content of the paragraph, and then again a closing tag of P. This entire thing, the opening, content, and closing tag, is an HTML element. So now that we have understand the basic structure, let us explore some of the most common and essential HTML tags. For headings, HTML provides 6 level of headings from H1, the most important, the largest, to H6, the least important and smallest. It is important to use this for importance and structure, not just for making the text big or small, as it helps accessibility and search engine optimization. Then there is another tag, anchor tag. This tag is used to create links. We use the href attribute to define the destination URL. We can link to other websites, like absolute links to other pages or our own websites. It totally depends on us. Then there comes this image tag. It is used to embed images. It uses the src attribute to specify the image path. We can use those images from the internet or our own project folder, like any images of totally our choice. Then the alt attribute is very important. It provides alternative text for the images if it cannot be displayed, which is crucial for accessibility. Then there is this another tag, line break. This is a self-closing tag used to create a line break, like moving from one content to next line. One of the greatest things about HTML is that it is not case sensitive, meaning the paragraph tag and the whether you write it in caps or in small letters, it is the same thing. It is treated as the same thing, though lowercase conventions are more standard. Let's continue with more essential HTML tags for text formatting and content organization. For text formatting, we have bold, italic and underline tags. For horizontal rule, we have another tag, this horizontal rule thing, and it is a thematic break or a horizontal line to separate our content. Then there are two more tags, subscript and superscript, which can help us insert subscript and superscript. Then we have comments also, using which we can add comments to our HTML code which are not displayed in the browser. They are generally useful for the notes and explanation thing. Comments are written like, you can see the tag, okay. As you can see in the screenshot, these tags work together to create a structured, readable content. The combination of these elements form the building block of web content, allowing you to present your information in a clear and organized way. As we build more complex pages, the structures becomes easy. This is where we move from just writing tags to creating a meaningful layout. We can do this using simple semantic HTML tags. Semantic tags clearly describe their meaning to both browser and the developer. Using them makes your code easier to read and it is better for SEO. So we'll see some semantic tags here. The header is for introductory content and navigation links. The main is for representing the dominant content of the body. Footer is for containing information like contact details, copyright, etc. Section is for defining a section in a document like chapter or thematic grouping. Article is for representing a self-contained composition. For example, it could be a blog post or a news story. Then aside is for sidebars or content indirectly related to main content. Now let us talk about two of the most important container tags, that are div and span. Div is a block level element. It is a generic container used for layout and styling. A block level element always starts on a new line and takes up the full width available. Span is an inline level element, okay. It is also a generic container, but it is used to mark up a part of a text or a part of a document. An inline element only takes up as much width as necessary. The key difference both of them is how they affect the layout. Block elements stack vertically, while inline elements sit side by side until they run out of space. Now we are starting with our pro level. Here we will cover some powerful HTML elements that allow for rich data and interaction. HTML allows you to create both ordered and unordered list. For unordered list, you will use this UL tag. It creates bulleted list. Each item is defined with a LI tag. In ordered list, you use the OL tag. It creates a numbered list, and each item is again defined as a LI tag. Then tables. Tables are used to display tabular data. They are created with table tag. The TR defines table row. TH defines header cell. TD defines a centered cell data. Then you can also use thread, T body and T foot to group content, and the col span attribute to make the cell span multiple columns. As you can see in the screenshot, tables move a structured Like they provide a more structured way to organize data in rows and columns, making it easy to read and understand relationships between different pieces of information. So now that we have done with the table, let's continue with more pro level elements. This includes forms. These are crucial for collecting user input, like we know. For example, for login, registration, or contact pages, the form tag wraps all these elements. Then input is a versatile element. It changes the behavior based on the type attribute. For example, type text for a single line text input, type password for password fields, type radio for radio buttons, type checkbox for checkboxes, and type submit for a submit button. For label, we use like label tag, and then it improves accessibility by associating text with a specified input field. Clicking the label focuses the input. Then text area is for a multi-line text input like comments or a feedback. Select is for a drop-down list. Options are defined with option tags. Iframe tag allows you to embed another HTML page within your current page. It is like a window within your website showing another source. You often see this as used for embedding videos or maps. Like in a website, you often click links that takes you to some video or anything. It is done using that. So now we comes to video. For inserting video, we use the video tag. This is used to embed video content, and we can specify the source also using the src attribute, and add control for play, pause, and volume using the control attribute. These elements, as shown in the screenshot, provide the foundation for interactive multimedia web experiences. And there you have it. We have journeyed from the very basics of what HTML is all the way to creating structured layout, tables, and interactive forms. The next step in your web development journey would be to learn CSS to make your pages beautiful, and then JavaScript to make them truly interactive. I hope you are as excited as I am about what you can build. If you have followed along, you now have a solid professional understanding of HTML. Your project for this course is to build a professional portfolio website with multiple pages using the tags and structures we have learned. Create a home page, an about page, and a contact page with a functional form and showcase your skills. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, then the comment section is down below. Please comment. Keep learning, keep coding, and I'll see you in the next one.